Good morning, YouTube. GLBoca here. A little ways into the Saddlesore 1000 ride today. We got started right around 4 o'clock. I got my buddy Butch riding with me. He's back there on his Harley. And we didn't actually decide which route we were going to be able to take until yesterday. And even then we were tossed up in the air into which direction we were going to go. I don't know if you remember from my first video introducing the ride, we were going to go north and go up through Duluth, up to the North Shore Lake Superior, which is what I really wanted to do, and I'm actually quite disappointed that we can't. Disappointed more for me, but the folks up on that part of the country had pretty devastating flooding recently, and they got some pretty bad conditions up there, a lot of closed roads, and there was just no way we were going to be able to complete 1,000 miles in 24 hours and have to deal with all of that. So we opted for the western route out through Iowa and South Dakota, possibly Nebraska, Minnesota, and back home again. When I first considered this route, I had considered it in the opposite direction. I'd go up through La Crosse, Wisconsin, across the Mississippi River, Rochester, Minnesota, head over to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, turn south, head towards Omaha, then turn west and come on back across Iowa into Wisconsin. But as of yesterday, decided that do that in the opposite direction. That would get us down through southern part of Wisconsin and the western part of Iowa in total daylight hours. Seems all those are probably the areas where we're most likely to encounter some deer and stuff. I thought would make more sense to do it during the daylight. So that's the route we've opted for, and we're in route, I guess is the proper term. When I had first discussed doing this Iron Butt, I was going to catch some film for you guys up in the North Shore Lake Superior, and then Billy sent me a message, told me I wouldn't have much time to videotape things, which is probably true. And from a YouTube standpoint, it's interesting to capture the mood of the ride from the riders. They didn't say it exactly like that. I guess I'm reading into it a little bit, but I know that's exactly what he was talking about. The excitement at the beginning of the day, and the fatigue as it comes on throughout the day, and your attitude. See how things change a little bit. I've actually started this ride with the knowledge that it was going to be brutal, and I was going to be sore, and that I was going to wish that I hadn't started it late into the day here. I've done rides of this distance or similar distances in the past, and it always ends up in a physical torture type scenario. So I'm aware of that. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to getting this Saddlesore 1000 under my belt. It's been something that's been eating away at me for several years. It's an accomplishment that I know I could do, and I wanted to get it done. And as I said before, I know the older I get, I'm going to be 52 here soon. I realize that ain't old, but I'm already not getting things physically. Things are more difficult already than they were just 4, 5, 8, 10 years ago. So I know if I wait another 4, 5, 8, 10 years to attempt this, it will be possibly physically much more difficult, and maybe not even possible. So I'm going to get this under my belt and get her done, and we're on our way. I'll be checking in with you guys throughout the day at our gas stops. I'm going to talk to Butch here, ask him why he came along on this ride, what the hell he's doing out here. He really just, he rode as a youth, and he stopped riding as a young adult, and he's now similar age to me. Actually he's a few years older than me, and he's took up riding again here about a year ago, and so he's been riding a little over a year, and he's decided to take on this challenge with me. So we'll talk to him, see why he did it, and maybe he'll be our guinea pig to see how exhausted we are by the end of the day. So this is GLBoca, and I'll check in with you later. Thanks, guys. Bye. I don't like this at all. That's it. I'm pulling over. I couldn't see very good either. It's hard to see through the windshield when it's raining like that.